Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2024 Lexus NX 450 Plus Luxury. This model is finished off in caviar and has an MSRP just over $64,000. Now this is the hybrid, plug-in hybrid. So we have some specs to go over underneath the hood. This has a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder. It's also paired to an 18.1 kilowatt lithium ion battery pack, along with the CVT transmission. This pumps out 304 horsepower, 176 pound-feet of torque, sent through that all-wheel drive system. It will propel this 4,400 pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Top speed is 124. And for MPG, you're looking right around 41 miles per gallon in the city, 37 out on the highway, and then a total range of around 37 miles on just the EV system alone. So as we work our way to the exterior styling, take note that the hourglass design for the grille is finished off in a dark gray. So it matches this caviar very nicely. It's a good subtle contrast to that color, so that still blends in with the rest of the front end. Forward-facing sensor is the Lexus badge for the adaptive cruise. This has a camera as well as all the parking sensors. Everything is LED too, so headlights, DRLs, turn signals, and fog lights, which are in the lower section. Plenty of cutouts, even on those trim accents above the fog lights, to provide a lot of cooling and really nice lines that come down the hood. It gives it a good flat section just above that Lexus badge too, so very iconic for this all-new Lexus front end. Now as we work our way to the side, a 20-inch set of wheels finished off in that same dark trim. There is some plastic accents in the lower section, fender arches, and then the side skirts as well. This has body colored side mirrors with a camera, turn signal. There's chrome trim, which matches the rest of the windows, and then a sunroof up top with some brush trim for those roof rails. It has a good side design to it. Everything flows nicely. There's no real crisp lines to this. It has more of that elegant Lexus vibe with all the clean, subtle lines and curvatures. Leading to the rear end with the body colored spoiler, brake light, wiper blade, LED taillights with that connector bar that runs right through the power trunk, backup camera with all these sensors, and then this even can tow right around 2,000 pounds, which is pretty standard for this engine size and type of vehicle. Now I can use the button on the key fob or the one up underneath. And as we look at the rear cargo space now, we have the charging cable along with some other components in the back. You have a good amount of space. This is a very usable daily driving type of SUV. There's a net on the driver's side, more openings on that passenger side so you can put in some items sideways if needed. There's even storage underneath the floor and in that back section there too. So it's very nice to have that amount of hidden space. You can fold these seats down, you can remove this too to give you that much more space. And then up top, traditional buttons that work to close the power liftgate there. Now what I love about this Lexus model is the door handles are fixed. You can lock and unlock this from the back, but simply just push on the electronic button on the inside. Door handle is fixed, like I said, and that gives you access to this interior with the red leather. So there's the black accents too. All of the window adjustments, this is the release in order to get out. And if you pull on it twice, that is the manual release in case the battery dies. A little bit of storage down below, and then red leather for the interior, of course. We have a very comfortable seat at 5'10". I have no complaints. Storage pockets behind seats. We have the air vents and some auxiliaries. These seats do recline too, just slightly, to give you a little bit more comfort. And then there's the armrest, 2 cup holders in the middle. Middle seat does not fold down by itself, so that is fixed to that side. There's a good amount of visibility from the back, so it is nice and open feeling. Driver door panel is just like the rear with all the memory seating adjustments, window and mirror controls, even more storage space down below. And then heated and ventilated seats with all the adjustments down on the side, which is nice. Well, let's fire this up. You won't really hear anything because it starts up in the EV mode from what I've seen, starting it up a few times here. And there's some graphics that will play on that infotainment system. Now for the gauge cluster, on the left side, there's a power percentage. On the right side, there's the fuel level, and then some more info right in the middle, like your charge. You can monitor your eco, so basically your throttle input, see your miles per hour, and the power along with some other averages. And for the steering wheel, it's finished off in solid leather. On this left side, all these controls, you will see those up on the head-up display. And then there's volume adjustments. You can actually change what these are by pushing on this button. Same thing on this right side. However, there's lane keeping and your cruise control. So I'm not sure if you will be able to see it or not, but currently on this left control, the lower section is voice commands. Top one is for your Bluetooth or for your phone, and then seek and track is left and right. If I push on that button again, we now have audio at the bottom, mode at the top, and then seek and track is still left and right. Now on the right side, just by hovering my finger on them, it will pop up on the head-up display. The mode is in the lower section, distance pacing is on the left side. If I push the mode again, now we have the head-up display position and the display for what you can see on the head-up display. There's your energy monitor, your audio, navigation, along with G-force. There's a blank page, driving support, along with your fuel and power consumption, and then your average speed and elapsed time. So it's pretty interesting to see. You can control what you would like to see, of course, on that head-up display. There's also paddle shifters on both sides, a little bit of storage to the left of the steering wheel, along with 2 buttons for the fuel cap and then the power lift gate. There's also some dimmer switches for the gauges there. And for the infotainment system, I think on camera it's going to have some lines running through it, but of course that is not in person here. So I'll go through it real quick. We have navigation when you have that installed, music, phone when you have that paired. There's also a lot of vehicle information. Check out my full detailed review so you can see this from a different angle, going through all of this information from your charging schedule, your all-wheel drive, tire pressure, energy flow, and then just general settings to go into to configure as needed. So I apologize for the camera just not picking up this screen there. But also within the screen, heated and ventilated seat controls, heated steering wheel. There's the climate adjustments that you can get into, easily get out, and then even frequently used and some other controls on that right side. Fan speed is in the lower section, temperature dials are on both sides, and then power for the radio and volume right in the middle with defrosters, the heated side mirrors. Now this also has parallel parking, so you can push on that button in order to activate that. Obviously I'm parked right now, so it is not going to work. But then we also have the view icon for the 360 camera system. This isn't anything new. This is what Lexus and Toyota has in a lot of their newer models. You can hop in and just take a double look at what is around the vehicle. Now 2 air vents are just next to that with some more red leather, and right within the middle of that are the different drive modes. So this has an eco mode, a sport mode, and a normal mode. It just changes the color of the gauge cluster. This does have wireless charging and a hidden compartment underneath. So you have some more room for a lot of items, another auxiliary, 2 above that, and a little bit of storage as well. Now in order to put this into reverse, we'll just do that maneuver there. Backup camera with the top-down view. You can change that angle slightly along with the guidelines if you need to do that. In order to activate the forward-facing camera, put it into drive, push on the view icon, and now we have that forward-facing view. Sport mode is all the way back, and then park is located just behind that. Now we have traction control along with this Christmas tree, which I assume is an off-road mode, downhill assist control. There's the auto hold for the e-brake, and then the auto EV HV and the HV EV hold charge system. So I'm assuming that it will hold the brakes, maybe do some regenerative braking. There's the e-brake just behind that, and then the center armrest, which you can open up 2 different ways, along with the glove box to give you an ample amount of space. Sunroof is up top. We have all those adjustments in the middle, along with the touch sensitive dome lights. And we even have the digital rear view mirror. So that is currently the visibility. Now we have a 180-degree view. Of course, you can always look over your shoulders, and you have plenty of visibility in both directions. And with everything in sport mode again, with the paddles, let's give it some gas. And we're up to speed. It seems quicker than it is. at least on paper. I'm not doing full pedal, I'm not doing the full potential for today, but it definitely has get up and go for especially how much this weighs from a 4-cylinder engine. But combined, of course, with that EV system, it can get up out of its own way. It's a healthy, adequate acceleration for this type of vehicle. But here's what it looks like to drive this $64,000 Lexus SUV. As far as the pricing goes, honestly, I don't think it's quite that bad considering the technology that this has to offer. EVs and the hybrid systems tend to cost a little bit more, of course, for that technology and what they have to offer. 64 grand is still 64 grand. It's a bit more expensive than the average price of a brand new vehicle. But when you consider what you're getting for that money, you're getting a Lexus, so you're getting something that's going to be extremely reliable, something that's very comfortable to drive on a daily basis. You're getting that hybrid technology, which is great to see. And you're getting a lot of great materials on the inside. All of the leather, it's a great place to be. All of the wood trim too. You can get different options as well. I don't think this has the upgraded audio, so there's other options like that you can of course add. So I think it's reasonable for the price. Lexus and Toyota also hold their value very, very well. So if you buy a brand new vehicle, you're not really going to lose that much money being a Lexus. Most Toyota Lexus owners drive their vehicles for 10 plus years. So this would be a great vehicle to own for that duration. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this all-new 2024 Lexus 450h Plus, the luxury trim level. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.